All right, let's see. Testing. Okay, that's good. Let's go live over here. And let's see how everything is rolling. So we'll just wait for some people to get into the chat, um, into both of the chats. All right. Still gonna wait for some people. We got a bunch of people that are in here already. That's great. That's fantastic. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for waiting up. Um, for me, I appreciate it. Um, so good morning, everybody. Now, we did have a live stream yesterday. I didn't end up posting anything this weekend. Um, had the kids was dealing with kind of now I have to actually deal with Hayden. She's sick or borderline sick. She was sick yesterday. She had a fever yesterday, and was working around making sure the kids were sleeping and all that other stuff while still having a live stream yesterday with DJ Trev. And I thought that was very interesting to go on that. I could say a lot of things definitely went over my head there, and I wanted to talk about other things outside of just repegging USTC, but that's obviously a big selling point to this overall ecosystem is focusing on another position that's more of the more of the lifeline of the Terra Classic network, because Terra Luna Classic was never really meant to be a form of payment. It's more of just governance, and we understand that. Um, but we still do have to get it to a certain level, and people are creating um, payment schedules with it, abilities to pay with Terra Luna Classic, all this other type of stuff. You just sold 118 million before seeing this news. Um, you just sold 118 million before seeing the news of the brand new burn tax. You feel like things are gonna drop? Good morning, Matt. I hope all wait, hope all good at work at the moment. On the early shift, finish in about 2.5 hours. Well, hopefully things go by smoothly for you. Usually the last couple of hours take forever. If you don't feel like being there that day, if work is good, then usually it goes by pretty fast. How are you today, sir? I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I mean, I can complain. I wish that everything was worth $1 million, but obviously that's not the case. Um, but yeah, I'm fine. Go Eagles. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they won. I haven't watched any football. Huge, uh, was a huge football fan, and still am. I just don't get a chance to watch anything. You know. Good morning, yo. Why? Why don't I get a chance to watch anything? Because the kids, they always want to watch something different, or play with something, or go outside. Like yesterday we were jumping on the trampoline because it was sort of okay weather. Playing on the play set and all this other stuff, playing with the dog outside. So I was just trying to spend a lot of time with the family rather than watch football that's gonna take 5 hours to or 4 hours to watch or something. It takes too long, which I never said before. I would always watch football and try and watch multiple games of football, but now I just don't. I don't know. I just don't have the time. I don't feel like being here any day. Well, that sucks. You need to at least like what you do, or I guess sometimes it's the people around you. Guess what woke this? What woke this morning? And still no millionaire. I hear you. Do you have a date on when Luna the Punk NFT is available to purchase? Luna Punk NFT is available to purchase. What do you mean? You could purchase Luna Punks right now. There's some Luna Punks that you can't access because they don't have a buy, but you should be able to purchase them. I hear you on that, man. I had to miss the national championship game last year because my daughter wanted to watch Twilight. Well, for me, it's more like um, Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse and Frozen 59 times. Playing Horizon Dawn on PS5 at the moment. That's cool. I've never played it. Yeah, what's the new burn updates? All right, we can get into that. Um, I hate my job, um, but it pays me so well. Just waiting. Maybe one crypto millionaire with my 300K CRO. 300K CRO. That's amazing. Uh, it wouldn't do anything when I hit the button. Okay. I have 3 TVs so I can watch what I want. I have multiple TVs as well, not in the same room, and I could also watch it on my phone. It's just, they're always telling me, "Hey, do this." Dad, let's build this puzzle or whatever. And I'm like, okay, let's do my sight words. I'm like, all right, I want you to learn how to read, so okay. Um, can you explain the Luna Punk NFT? You have bought any? Are they worth it? So yeah, right now, from what I understand, Luna Punks they're gaining value. Let me go over to Luna Punks. They're gaining value with certain ones, and obviously, there's always a certain oops. There's always a certain number or type that will gain a little bit more than others, and some that will be worth more than others depending on what people price them. People tend to price NFTs a lot higher than where they should be, you know. And I think Luna Punks will be something pretty big, just kind of like Crypto Punks. So let me put an ad here. So what? Let me go over to my screen. So yeah, Luna Punks, they only have 3,279 followers on Twitter, but they do have quite a bit of people that are buying them. I bought one. So yeah, if you go over to Luna Punks, the website, you go over to their Twitter, and then you go to their website, you're gonna see that you click on Luna Punks, and you can go over to the market and basically see which ones are available, and you could pay. Um, 145,000 for these, 150,000 for these, right? They're going up in price. 153,000 for these. But then as you go down the list and see how the prices change, 166,000. So you're basically paying for these NFTs that will continue to have value to them, and also they store Luna in them. I believe they're you're storing Luna. You can claim that Luna. It's not as much as you spent, but it continue to be claimed, kind of like you staking your position, staking your Terra Luna Classic. But I have one. This is the one that I have. Um, and yeah, I'm just trying to support a project. And what you can do is you can buy directly with Terra Station. You can buy directly with the wallet. With KuCoin voting on a proposal, does this mean that they will be burning 0.2%? This should be good. I mean, it should be, but I can give my opinion on it. So if you want to know about the whole brand new burn tax and everything there, I wanted to do a live stream talking about quant, but that can be for another time. So this proposal to lower the 2.2% from 1.2%, is basically passing. It has reached the threshold, and everybody voted, or 76% said they were voting yes on it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. and I'll tell you the reason why I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it doesn't matter at this point because it already passed. And they're going to go through, I guess, a change proposal to change it all to, did Harper make an NFT? No. Um, change proposal, I guess they're going to have to do. Um, and it just, it just sucks for me because a lot of people believe that this is going to make a difference when it comes to um, just burning more and getting more volume. Yes, we may see a little bit more volume. I don't think it's going to be drastic. I don't think it's going to be a drastic change. Understand that we still have 0.2% versus 0.1% everywhere else. So if KuCoin doesn't decide to go to 0.2%, if Gate.io doesn't decide to go to 0.2%, you won't see more that's burning. You won't see more volume that's going through. You're going to see way less. And right now, it's really only affecting on-chain burns. And it's not like Binance is going to say, hey, you know what? Let's increase this to 0.2 because they're only doing their fee. So they're not going to increase that and people are going to pay less over in Binance. So you're going to see less volume that flows through. Also, I guess this was for a reason. The reason was because of different DApps were complaining, saying that you can't really provide utility on this because you're going to have too much in taxes that they're paying. That's a little ridiculous. You know, I mean, you talk about too much in taxes, it's only for the few. And I talked about this on yesterday's live stream. There's a noise coming from upstairs. I don't know what it is. Sounds like Emmy's like barking, but she's not even downstairs. She shouldn't be downstairs. I don't know. Or maybe it's a dog outside actually. But yeah, I don't agree with it. And I said this on the live stream yesterday, is that I really don't agree with it. Matt Perry NFTs? No, I don't have any NFTs. 0.5% is what it should be. Yeah, I actually think that 1% is low. I think 1% is fine, and people didn't have a problem with 1%. I think it's just something that it's crazy to me that this has changed before a month. Why are we not letting this like ride? Because now all we're going to see is none of these exchanges that do anything to implement the 0.2%, but we're going to see the on-chain burns have less of an impact. And some DApps do multiple transactions internationally and couldn't work with the higher tax. They could find a way around it. Yes, they do multiple transactions, but it just supports the tax even more. It's not like saying it's going to be there forever. That's the thing. People are assuming that this is going to be a forever thing, that the tax will always be there. And we understand that it's 1.2%, per transaction. But maybe some of those DApps, we have to develop a different way of looking at it, or they shouldn't be developed, or they shouldn't be launched right now. Maybe they'll come back to the chain after the fact. But when it comes to getting the supply down, when it comes to getting us back to a form of normalcy, we're never going to get back to normal. So we shouldn't have the normal DApps here, like now, the normal utility here now. Do you know what I mean? All this new utility that's being built, that's for what today is. Right? It's not about really bringing back the old or bringing back all of the old. It's about creating a lot of new things, creating a lot of new utility, supporting a lot of new projects here. And so, in my opinion, I understand, but you're satisfying the few to sacrifice the many. It just doesn't make sense to me. You see these couple of DApps that do transactions, multiple transactions, okay, but not all of them do it. So that's where it doesn't really line up with me, but I support what the community has supported. I just want to let you know where my opinions lie. Obviously couldn't give my opinions during the weekend. I wanted to, but I couldn't. And I did talk about it yesterday, but it was already passing by that time. And no matter what, we're going to support what's out here, and we can always have a vote to change it. But, I just think we didn't give it time. I understand that You know, it may be difficult for some, but if we give it time, they'll adapt. If we don't give it time, we're just going to change it back to the old. All of this time we've been fighting for this 1.2%, you know, maybe what, 3 months, and we let it ride for 3 weeks, and then people want to change it. All of this time we supported it, you know? And what is 0.2% going to do? It's going to give us higher volume on chain. You think people are still going to choose on chain volume because it's 0.1% higher than Binance, or 0.1% higher than KuCoin, or 0.2% higher than Binance in cases? So I don't know. I really do hope they're right. Let's see. I kind of agree with you, but I hope they are right and the volume increases so much. So do I. I want to be wrong. I really do want to be wrong. In a lot of cases where I talk about things like this, I end up being right, but I want to be wrong because I want the volume to be way higher. Um, I want CEXs to say this is more doable and we can do 0.2%, and then all CEXs get on board. I want them to say that. I really do. And I really hope that this goes through. But in the meantime, I think we're going to focus on that, but we're going to focus on utility as well. So while we're focusing on utility, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to submit a proposal. My proposal is going to be on getting some sort, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, but we talked to Zardar yesterday and said that it would be difficult, or it wouldn't be like super difficult to do that or focus on that, but I guess they want to focus on, you know, repegging USTC and bringing other forms of utility back. But I think we need to focus on at least a little bit, and you can do it off and on, basically say that we'll put our focus here. But I think what we need to do is get a some sort of deposit feature on here, some sort of buy feature, buy button to buy Terra Luna Classic, to buy USTC, to buy whatever other coin comes on here. So I'm going to be putting through a proposal, and I don't know if it will catch any type of traction. Um, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, is putting through some sort of a proposal. I don't know if it'll catch any traction, but I'm going to do it because I think we do need to focus on it at least a little bit. Because even if we do see all these other things that are going through, all this other form of utility in the form of NFTs and new tokens and all that stuff, I think we need to be able to buy Terra Luna Classic directly on Terra Station. I think we need to be able to buy USTC directly on Terra Station. That will increase the volume. Like, not lowering the tax to 0.2. So I just need to buy the Terra Luna Classic to. Are your ears ringing in the Happy Caddy Crypto group chat yesterday? My ears were ringing in the Happy Caddy group. What does that mean? Good morning, Lunatics Token. Good morning. Good morning. So how's everybody doing this morning? We got 341 people here. If you guys can hit the like button, I would greatly appreciate it. Yeah, make sure that you hit the like button. We got 111 likes here today. So yeah, I don't know. What's your guys' opinion of the lower tax? Like, do you think it will work? Just give me a yes or no. You know what? Let me do a poll. Do we have ability to do a poll? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Do you think lowering the tax will work? And you don't have to go with me. Don't think that I'm right in every case, because I'm not. I want to be wrong. I really do. But I don't know why I capitalized every letter. I hate doing that. I always do it for like titles now. So I feel like everything I do is all capital. Just the first letter of each word. Do you think the lower tax will work? Yes or no? Can I vote? uh, I woke up a really bad migraine, but I will be okay. Yeah, I hate waking up with headaches. I hate waking up with being sick. Yesterday, like I said, Hayden had a fever, and as I was putting her down, I was putting her in the down for a nap, and she sneezed right in my face. I and then coughed right in my face as well. And I was like, "Come on now, fine." Your ears are ringing is a phrase of someone is talking about you. If someone was talking about me in the chat, that's fine. There's always somebody talking about me. Not saying like in like every chat or anything like that. I read a lot of messages. I read a lot of comments, and there's always people that like hate what I said or hate what I do. And then, 2 months later when things are running, they come back and they're like, "Oh, it's amazing that you predicted this. It's amazing that we go." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. That's fine. Thanks." I don't say anything about it. I don't do that. I have all of the screenshots of a lot of people that will say stuff and then come back with other comments, because if you don't know, if I click on your name on mobile, it shows me all of the comments that you ever posted. So I can see all of the negative comments in the beginning. I can see all the positive comments. So it's just hilarious seeing like somebody's temper from 1 month to the next month to the next month to the next year. It's just so funny because there's people that are completely changed their composure, where it's like, "I hate you. I hate what you're doing. It's all clickbait." And then they're like, "Oh man, this is amazing. I made $13,000. All this." And I'm like, "Okay, perfect." So it's funny. It's funny to me. And every time I just screenshot them to see who they are and where they come from, and then I look at it down the line, and they're always like, "Yeah, it's you know, what you're saying is real." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I try to." I agree with you. I think we are impatient and didn't give it a chance. Give it a week or two until we are going to realize how little this will do and want to change it again. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to make it seem like people don't know what they want, but I think people are just following what they see that can be voted on, right? Because yes, they're voting like all of this governance. We're voting on everything here. But you're definitely following as more people are saying, "Oh, let's change the tax to point two," and that it's a good idea. You're like, "All right, well, you know what? Let's do that." And the DApps, especially, I mean, all the transactions that they do, they're going to want to change it. I mean, it's a form of greed by them. And when they could find an ability to just survive, right? Because in these stages, you need to find just an ability to survive in order to get this to the level that we want it to, right? People need to accept more of the minimum rather than looking at it being the maximum. So lowering the tax might work, but point two may be too low. If we were looking for that sweet spot, CZ wrote that we should have started around point six. Yeah, I still think 1% is fine. If you see taxes all the time where 1% is not high, 5% is still not even high. Lunatics token has a tax, and I feel like their tax is not even that high for how much potential it has. So that's where it's crazy to me. It's like if you have 1.2%, right, or 1% or 2% or 5%, whatever, right? And you have so much potential, it only becomes too much when the potential drops a hell of a lot. Are we saying that the potential of Terra Luna Classic is not up to a level of $1 or even a penny? Because right now, if we're seeing, let's say the potential was only 60%, yes, 1.2% would be way too high. The potential was 100%. Yeah, 1.2% would be way too high. But if the potential here is 1,000 or 10,000%, why the hell is 1.2% way too high? Like that's where it doesn't line up with me. But I think 1.2% is perfectly fine. I actually think it could have been even a little bit higher. I understand that how we look at it and how CEXs have displayed this. They've done everything to make their situation, the CEX's situation, better. So while you're looking at these CEXs that are really running the show here, you have to go through this middleman. Now, to say that the transactions would change if we had some sort of an ability to deposit money on Terra Station and buy Lunic directly on Terra Station, if the volume went down then, if the volume decreased then from where it was normally, then I would have to agree with this and say that the tax was too high for, you know, whatever people were buying or whatever people wanted. But 1.2% again is not too high. I don't agree with that. If all CEXs decided to implement it, we would see the same amount of volume. We have the same amount of potential. We probably see more volume. But yeah, why was the tax changed? Because I guess when you look at it, different forms of utility doing multiple transactions, different DApps doing multiple transactions would have to pay multiple fees in these taxes. I mean, we could have changed something there, saying that, you know, maybe if you do multiple transactions or transactions too quickly or something, they don't get taxed. The second one doesn't get taxed. I don't know, but we could have changed something. We could have had a workaround. But to change it to 0.2 because DApps wanted to change it to 0.2, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. But again, I support what the community supports, and if we're here, we have to accept it and we have to find a way around it. Just like how we're trying to work around, you know, we expected them to work around what we have with the 1.2. I think now we have to find a way to have a work around the 0.2%. I don't understand why validators voted yes. It is too early. Wait. What pest wrote that proposal? So it was a community member that wrote it, and I'm surprised that it's getting traction because it wasn't somebody like it wasn't like anybody in the Terra Rebels or anything like that. It was just a community member, and maybe it was somebody that was a part of these one of these DApps that were basically paying multiple taxes or had to pay multiple taxes. That might be a possibility. I don't know. I like 1.2%, but 0.75 would be acceptable. Yeah, I mean, I think both of them would be acceptable. Get all CEXs on board with 0.2%, and then we can slowly increase. Yeah, I mean, I hope we can get all exchanges on board with 1.2%. The problem is that CEXs should be already on board with whatever tax a cryptocurrency comes up with. It makes no sense to me why a cryptocurrency, sorry, I have a super chat. It makes no sense to me why a cryptocurrency, you know, or a CEX has a say over what the cryptocurrency does when the cryptocurrency is the project and it says what it does, right? Whether it has a tax, whether it does a certain thing, or whatever, right? Whether you're able to get rewards or anything like that. Why should a CEX say what goes there? Like, I understand you're putting it on their platform, but the only reason that they're even relevant is because they have all these cryptocurrencies. If they didn't have the ability to trade Terra Luna Classic, and the reason why they can is because, you know, they're over here buying a bunch of Terra Luna Classic and trading it. I don't know. It just bothers me. Good morning, Matt. How can I withdraw if my two-factor authentication code won't work? How can you withdraw from what? Why wouldn't your two-factor authentication code work? You got to find out that reason. I mean, you can't withdraw without it. If you're, I mean, for Terra Station, I don't think that's the case unless you put on, I think they do have two-factor authentication, which I might not have active. Maybe I do. I don't know, because I always put in a password, so maybe. But if you don't, if it's not working, you got to find out a reason why it's not working. Maybe it's not connected to the right place. Maybe I really don't know how to answer that. You know, you should be able to figure out that. Maybe reset your two-factor authentication. And I think you need two-factor authentication in order to reset it. So I don't know. I really don't. I'm sorry that I couldn't help with that. At this rate, it would take around 10 years to get to $1 at 6 trillion. Yeah, I don't think a lot of the people that are in charge are really focused on this tax as being the end all be all. when it comes to burning off Terra Luna Classic or decreasing the supply. I think there's other forms with that, and if we create more utility, any tax is better than something. But to say that 1% is too high, I don't know. I really don't see it. People were willing to create games, create NFTs around this burn tax, and now they have to do something more. Because 0.2%. Let me see if I have an Excel project. Give me a second. Let me see. Okay. 0.2%. Let me go with 1 billion. That's a million. Wait, $1 billion that flows through there. And we're looking at, I'm doing it on the screen, off screen right now, and I'll bring my screen back up. Just somebody remind me, because sometimes I forget. But $1 billion multiplied by 0.2%, you're looking at 200 million. Oh, that's too much. 0.2%. You're looking at $2 million out of $1 billion that can end up getting burned off. So that's an insanely low amount. Yes, it will do something, but this burn tax that we're expecting to do something big with, while we see that 0.2%, I don't think this is the way. It's going to take so long. It's going to take well over 10 years for this to happen, for the burns to happen. And I understand it's not all about decreasing the supply and making everybody a millionaire. There's so much more to that. There's so much more that we can do. But that's just so low. If you're looking at $1 billion in volume that have the 1.2%, that's saying all of the volume flows through that. You're looking at $2 million that you can burn off. And if you're saying that divided by 0.00003, is it 4 zeros or 3? It's 3 zeros. You're looking at 6.6 billion that you can burn off with $1 billion, when previously you would look at the 1.2% and $1 billion, and you would be able to burn off 40 billion. And that's if we see all the volume flow through 1%, we're looking at 40 billion that we can burn off, every single day. That bothers me, because we could have been here, and I think we need to give it time. I think we really do need to give it time, and we already voted yes to change everything. Validators voted yes to change everything. This is as simple as it gets. With 1.2%, you get $12 million that you can end up burning off with $1 billion. Now, if you're saying that 0.2% will get us more volume, you got to understand that even before this, we were still only looking at $2 billion. If we're saying we're going to get more volume, we need to see like $10 billion that's flowing through this. So yeah, that just bothers me. And it's crazy that we have so many outside factors. And some of these outside factors are just as simple as creating a vote to lower the tax. They said something about arbitrage DApps that 1.2% could be within range of arbitrage gains. Just have to be honest, I don't know what that means. Yeah, see, I would just say, like, I think they need to figure out a way. Now, when it comes to certain DApps, I understand, but that's like saying, you know what, I don't know, every Dell computer is horrible, so let's just not sell Dells anymore, or we'll only sell 0.2% of Dells. Like, I don't understand that. I really don't. Because there are only a few, I guess, that are complaining, and maybe it's more than we think, but there's more utility that's being added to this chain, and we can't sit here and say that Terra Luna Classic is what it was before. Terra Luna Classic is not what it was before, and it will never be what it was before. But it can be something better, right? It can be something that has more utility to it, more impact to it, more support. There's just so much that can change, but we're trying to bring it back to what was old, right? What we once knew before. And I understand we want those prices again, but who's to say that the prices won't be a little bit lower than where they were? Not at $120, maybe at $40, maybe at $50, right? That could be the new level that we expect to get to, and nothing really higher at a certain market cap or whatever, right? There's just so much that we don't know. And to make that decision to change things very quickly like this, I don't know, it just sort of bothers me because it's too quick of a change. It's less than a month. We gave it no time to work out. We gave it no time to apply pressure for exchanges to adhere to the 1.2% rather than the 0.1% or 0% that they have that they're burning off. So I don't know. Right now, Terra Luna Classic is decreasing a little bit. Let me actually go back to my YouTube. Right now, Terra Luna Classic is decreasing a little bit. And we're seeing it at a level of 2,600, 26.5. What's crazy though, and what I've been focusing on this morning that I wanted to actually make this live stream about was Quant. Quant, up to $208. It's up 15% or 14% today, 37% in the last 7 days. Quant is just making moves. Like here and there, it's just making huge moves. How many votes we got? So it looks like 51% yes, it will work. That's good. That's good. I wanted to know what the community felt because a lot of people will say, oh, well, it was just why are the validators voting yes and it won't work and all of this stuff. But then there's a lot of people that do believe it. So people need to understand we can lower the burn when we bring supply down to reasonably sustain the level of 0.2%. 0.2% would be fine if we already had a well-developed ecosystem. Yeah, I agree with that. I understand Zardar's predicament. Surely it would have been better to have a fund me page or make a donation, pay via PayPal, etc. I'm sure the community would donate $20. Just a thought. Yeah, that's not a horrible idea. It's just a test. If it doesn't help, they'll change it back. But that's the problem, though. I don't think we think this out because if we look at something like this and we haven't ever given it a chance to run or a chance to do anything, it doesn't make sense like why we would test it. Like we haven't even tested the 1.2%. So all we need to see is a situation where volume is higher, and the volume could be higher just because we see a bull run, right? Volume could run because things are running in the market, and then all of a sudden people are like 0.2% was amazing. No, if everything else in the market is running, you're guaranteed people are going to buy a Terra Luna Classic. So there may be a point to where we're like, oh, you know what? They may be onto something. But then you start to realize it and you're like, wait, that was just the overall market. And if we had 1.2% at that moment, we would have burned a lot more. And it's not all about burning and becoming rich. It's about burning to make things, to bring things back to a form of being normal, right? Why not have all exchanges do what Binance is doing and also lower the burn implement as well to get the supply down? So that's a good idea. I think we could have had exchanges or forced exchanges to implement the 1.2% burn, but a lot of people were focusing on Binance. Binance is doing 0.1%. However, they also have a convert feature to where majority of the volume is flowing directly through there. And this is like kind of marketing for them by me saying, hey, they have this convert feature. Binance Convert is the problem. You're going to have a lot of people that now use Binance Convert just because the fact that I'm mentioning it or somebody else is mentioning it, right? And that's not going to contribute to the burn tax at all. And we'll take out the 0.1% tax, and you also won't see a 0.2% tax. So I don't think that these exchanges are going to implement it unless we do apply some major pressure to them. And I don't know how we do that, whether it's a boycott KuCoin or whatever. But I think before we can do that, we have to have a way to buy and sell easily on Terra Station. If we can deposit and buy and sell and swap and do everything we want to do on Terra Station itself, well, now we have an ability to say, you know what, boycott KuCoin, boycott Binance. We don't need to buy on those platforms. We have liquidity over in Terra Station. I don't know how we build that liquidity, but we need to find a way to implement that, build the liquidity, build the coins that we can use as the payment or the side to where they actually make the payment to you. I feel like that would be beneficial to the overall community to see some way to buy Terra Luna Classic directly on Terra Station. And like I said, I'm going to put through that proposal. And we will see. I'm going to end this poll. It looks like 54% say yes. That's a good thing. So let's see if it will work. I'm happy to see that the community is together. Not the full community. I don't know why it's so like congested. I can't. It's like my nose is closed. All of a sudden, my nose is closed. If it even gets closer to ETH Classic's price, that would be amazing. Of course, people need to understand that we can. I read that. Just think if people don't understand that we are going to need way more volume just to get what we are getting now, hopefully. Yeah, we're going to need a lot more volume to get what we have now. We're going to need, if we're looking for $12 million, if we're looking for $12 million like we would have gotten with $1 billion, we're going to need to see like $5 billion, $6 billion. Because currently, if you look at 0.2% instead of 0.1%, and 10% of that tax is not going towards the actual burn, in order to burn 40 billion again, or let's say $2 million, we're going to need to see this rise up to 6 billion in order to, that's how much volume we're going to need to see to make up for how much we can get. So 0.2%, yes, definitely too low. It's going to do something, and I'm happy that it's going to do something, but it's going to take a lot longer than people think by doing this. And again, we are satisfying the few, and the many are saying, you know what? Yeah, that could work. Has anyone done the math? Like, I understand if you're seeing, like, if we see 300 million in volume every single day, I understand how the volume has decreased, and then you do the math accordingly. You say, all right, the volume has decreased by 30 or 60%. So let's decrease the tax by 60%. But to say that we're just going to decrease it by, half, or not even half, it's way less than half. Why did I say half? Because half would be, 0.6%. We are looking at a sixth, right, of this. And so we're looking at less than 20% of what we had there. So, and are we getting 20% of the volume of that 100%? Are we getting 20% of $1 billion? No, we've seen days where it was at $1 billion. It's just they're flowing through the wrong areas. We're not necessarily seeing volume just because of the 1.2%, sort of, right? The 1.2% quant is making a move. Yes. The 1.2% is here. And I understand how people are moving over to a place that doesn't have it. But it's not saying that the volume is completely less because of the fact that we're seeing the 1.2%. The volume is less over here because they have the option to go somewhere else for way cheaper, right? If they don't have that option, then people are not going to take it. CZ has said it himself that if there's a way for people to pay less, they will pay less, right? But if you take away that option, well, now you're stuck with the volume. That's why we needed to press the exchanges for the 1.2% rather than completely changing it. So now we have to go through a whole change proposal here. And I don't know when that's going to take place. And we may end up seeing a crazy amount of volume and things may run before the change. And then people are like, well, maybe we shouldn't have changed it, but it doesn't fucking matter. We already have it ready to go, right? If it takes a month for this to go through, I don't know how long it takes for them to do the change proposal and everything like that, and vote on that. But if we see, or when we see, volume, and it starts to run before this whole 0.2% gets implemented, well, now we can't go back, Well, we can eventually go back, but we're going to have to go through a whole process to go back. And we're going to have a whole month to where we just throw that completely out of the water or out the window. So we will see. I support what the community wants, and it seems like half the community really wants it, at least a little bit more than half, 54% versus, the 46% that's there. What's up, Matt? Why don't we mint the same amount of USTN and do some kind of 50% of profit to burn Lunic? They can airdrop some USTN to USTC holders as well. It seems to be that could work better. I don't know. We would have to work through the numbers, but I don't know. We would have to work through a lot there in order to see if that would work. But can't say that I'm 100% following anything that if we're supporting multiple coins there or multiple projects there, which it seems like we're just going from USTN to USTC. It could work in theory, but everything always finds a way to kind of go sideways. People find a way to choose greed in a way. 50% of profits to burn Lunic. I don't know. If 0.2% doesn't work, we can change it back to 0.1%, right? Yeah, we can. But we also lose out on all of that time to where if things do look good, like say if it looks like it works, but it doesn't really work, it's just the market volume and we assume that it does work, then we're wasting time. Because that volume that we saw, let's say if it jumps and we see the volume at $3 billion because of the market, right? Not because of just the tax, right? We look at the market, then we're like, all right, well, this looks great. And then we go back and we're like, wait, the volume is now down. And it's not because of the 0.2%. Now we wasted that $3 billion there where we could have had, if everything flowed through 1.2%, we could have had, 12 million, 12 million, and 12 million. We could have had $36 million that goes through just the burn tax if we had $3 billion of volume with the 1.2% implemented everywhere. I don't know. You have a lot of speculation, a lot of what ifs, and we don't know. Even the people that created any type of proposal or put this out there, agree upon this, we don't know. There's so much speculation saying, what if it's 1 billion? What if it's 500 million? What if we don't see the volume? There's so many what ifs, so many variables that we can't really tell you if that will 100% happen, So I'm all for what they have. I'm just giving my opinion again. Why don't they just add a rollback in a software, and it doesn't, if it doesn't work, we roll back to 0.2%. Should work automatically. That's not a bad idea. I think it would take extra coding, because right now they already have the coding aside. They would have to do something a little bit extra, which means they would have to develop something different. Because right now it's just like they have the tax and it's a change proposal. So you put through that, you make sure it changes, um, you approve the changes, and then we can do the same thing if we go back to 1.2%. So again, I'm here to speak my mind on um, what's going on with the 0.2%, with everything, with the change. It's not horrible. It's not the end of the world. We can find a way to work around it. That's what we will do. But it's definitely going to be a more difficult road, I would say. Anybody research on how MoonPay works on MetaMask? So I haven't researched it, but I believe MetaMask has some form of liquidity with all of these coins, um, because that's the only way that you can buy this cryptocurrency. So if you're flowing through um, MetaMask, you would buy it directly on MetaMask. You know, and that's only with the native token. Because a lot of times, like if you go into MetaMask, I think I'm actually logged out. Let me see if I can log back in. Um, if you go in through MetaMask, you can hit buy on BNB, but you can't buy on any other coin that's there. So that's only on whatever the network is. So you can do the same thing on the ETH network. You can buy Ethereum directly on there. You can do the same thing with the Kronos network. You can buy, or sorry, you can't buy Kronos directly on there. But if you can find a way to do something like that with these networks, it works out so well. Like Avalanche, I don't think you can buy Avalanche. Oh, you can now. So you can buy Avalanche directly on MetaMask there. So all of these different networks, you can buy those native tokens directly on there. And I think that's what we need for Terra Luna Classic, not only on Terra Station, but also maybe even on MetaMask. Buying it on the not on the BNB network or Ethereum network. We're looking at the Classic network, the Classic chain. That's what we want to see. But it all depends. I sold 50 quant at $80 because I thought it would do nothing. As long as you made money out of it, I know it hurts. I know it hurts because quant is up to $207. I still have my two. Um, but I'm very pissed because I thought that it would at least come back down with the rest of the market. Quant has been making different moves. It's been on a different tear than everything else in the market. You can see that things are down. Ethereum Classic, Near Protocol, Algorand, everything is down a decent amount. But Quant over here in the last 7 days, 36%. The last 24 hours, you're looking at 14% here. 14, 36%, that's huge, right? It's up to $207 here. Again, I'm still holding two, and I know that it could be valued at a lot more, and it was valued at a lot higher of $226. And I talked about this in the past. I talked about how Quant was a great position, and I wanted to buy it at $42, but it rose to I think $80 or $90 right away, and I was like, I can potentially do this, but I didn't hit my target that I wanted. I had it there. I know that it can go a lot higher, but I'll just stick with what I have. Um, so it's not about trusting it to go above that because I am trusting it by holding what I have, but I wanted to buy a lot lower, so I didn't end up buying it. But um, still, well, I talked myself out of it. I talked myself out of $42 because someone else said, "Hey, this can go a lot lower. You can get a lot more. You can maybe have 100." And I was like, I could have had 100 right there at $42. I could have bought 100. Um, but yeah, it's still cool. I am gonna harp over it a little bit, but I'm not gonna harp over it enough to where I'm like, oh, it's 14% up. It's up to $207. Let me buy more. It's like, no, Matt isn't wrong. He believes the guys have our best intentions. They don't. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I understand. I respect everybody's opinion. Matt, you're usually wrong, so hopefully this time you are too. Fingers crossed. 1 cent by the end of the year. How am I usually wrong? How am I usually wrong? I'm the first one, literally one of the first people, if not the first person, to invest in Terra Luna Classic at the bottom. As soon as it was going down, I was one of the first people that said this is a huge opportunity. And basically everybody else saw the opportunity after the fact. During the crash, I was the only one that said that this was a potential gainer, while everybody else was like, this is a falling knife. Don't catch it. Got you. Farmcoin, I've been right multiple times on this. Quant, I've been right multiple times on this. So if you're going to say that I was wrong, I respect your opinion, but at least bring some receipts to say that I was wrong. And if you're looking at spreadsheets to say what could happen, one, things haven't happened yet, right? Two, we're looking at so many variables, and I explained this in all of the videos, all of the variables that could take place. So variables are people that can change proposals, exchanges not implementing the tax, um, you know, people that are moving over to exchanges because they are at a lower price point. There's so many variables that can take place, and you can't take everything for what it is on a spreadsheet. So I'll leave it at that. And I mean, I respect your opinion. You said 30 things that were wrong. All right. Like I said, I respect your opinion, but if you're not going to come with receipts, then I mean, there's no point in having you here. All I need is receipts. That's all I need. You can come here and be like, hey, Matt was wrong about this. I'll be like, all right, I was wrong about that. I'm 100% honest, so I will tell you if I was wrong about it. So, I mean, he baited me, but he just baited me to get banned, but it's okay. It's funny. It's hilarious. I mean, people come on here and one, be subscribed to me. Two, watch ads. So pay me to say something that they don't 100% believe in. But then, um, get banned, and now they're going to have to use another account to come on here. Then they say anything else, they end up getting banned again. Use all your email addresses. We'll take it. Just to invest, uh, just invest if you can. When you can, just know the risk, do your own research. True, 100%. Um, I never tell people to invest directly into something. I never tell people, hey, go out and buy quant right now. I won't tell you to buy quant. I say quant is amazing and it's growing and all of this stuff. And people are like, how do I get into quant? And I'm like, I don't really suggest that you make a move based on FOMO. I mean, he's the one that subscribed to me and giving me more ability to not go viral, but at least start trending at least a little bit on YouTube. Get the chat rate up. If he's contributing to the chat rate, he's contributing to the advertisements. He's contributing to all of these things. The amount of people that are in here. I mean, that's okay. For a person that doesn't like me, you go ahead and do that. The best validate to stake Lunic on Terra Station. Best validator. I wouldn't say there's any like one best validator. There's all that have their like pros and cons to them, but they're all pretty similar. As long as you pick one that's at least legitimate that people can trust, right? So obviously any of the top validators you can choose. Any of the ones that are probably with above like 1% or so, you can really choose. But then there are some that are lower if you want to elevate them, like Lunatics Token Validator. If you want to elevate them, that's always great as well. They're a good validator. I trust them. They're very transparent with their token, and going over to Terra Classic Network will be amazing. I can't wait until that does happen. But now you have a lower tax. What is that dude talking about? you show scenarios. Give your views. You never tell people to buy. Exactly. It's okay. Matt, initially I thought the reduction tax was a bad idea and it was too soon, but with the D-apps being the only volume on chain, really we should support the D-apps and attract more CEXs. Never never will do it 1.2%. So I agree with you there. D-apps are the only are a lot of the activity that's on chain. But if you think about it, it shouldn't be that way, right? It should be to where regular investors are the volume that's on chain. And I understand how they would have a lot of the percentages there and movement there and all the transactions there. That's great. We would see more volume that could flow through Terra Station, but it should be to the point to where regular investors, retail investors, staking, people that are looking to buy, other forms of utility in Terra Luna Classic should be more at the forefront. Should be the 60%, 70% of the overall volume. However, you're right. We're seeing D apps that need to do their transactions, and majority of their transactions would happen. A lot of their transactions would happen all together, and then you would have a ton of taxes that go through, or they won't do their transactions and we won't see the volume. So I understand. I totally understand. We will see. I hope that it does work in the when it comes to these D apps and seeing a lot more transactions that are flowing through. But for regular people that are now creating utility around what the tax was, the tax has changed. So now they have to kind of inflate either like the price or something, or, we're going to see still the same amount of volume in a lot of this utility, but we're going to see less money that's flowing through, or more money that's going to their pocket and less money that's going to the tax. So any games that are created, obviously games are great, but burning 0.2%, it's something. Something's better than nothing, but it's not what we all hoped for. Like, it's going to take a while for this to play out. So quant sounds a bit like quan. I mean, sure it does. Anyone in the chat moaning invested more than they was willing to lose? Oh, anyone in the chat invested more than they're willing to lose. Yeah, anyone in the chat that's moaning. I got you. How much have you put into farm? How much have I put into farm? $5,000 total. I've gained 7,000 or 9. I haven't done the math yet. I believe it was 3,000 in the beginning and then 5,000 this last move. I'm pretty sure. So I think it's like, yeah, seven to, no, it was 4,000. Yeah, it should be either 7 to 9 that I gained, and I still have 5,000 left in there. So technically my farm coin is down a little bit. My realized gains are between 7 and 9,000. My unrealized loss right now, I believe, is like from 5,000, from the 5,000 that I had down to a level of like 2,400, 2,500. So let's take out 2,500 of that. So total realized gain should be somewhere around 4,000 or 5,000, maybe a little bit more depending on what the actual realized gain was. So that's how much I had invested in the farm. But currently, I believe I have 2,400, and then I also have, yeah, that should be it. No, actually, I think I bought a little bit more. I think I bought 30 more over on, so I put another 1,000 into it, but it's currently at a higher rate than what it was because I bought it at $27, and currently farm is at like 30 or something. Yeah, it's at $37. So I'm up $10 on that last investment that I made. I was up double. So I from $1,000 to $2,000 on farm. But then I had the 70 that I had over there in Coinbase. Matt, have you heard of Luna Freaks, Luna token? It's the same as Lunatics or Lunati. So I've heard of it. I haven't researched it because if I'm gonna support anyone, I'm gonna support the one that I see that's the most transparent. I'm not gonna go with anything that's brand new, um, because they haven't shown their transparency to me. I know a lot of the people within the project of Lunatics token, so it's like they're very transparent. And as we start to get to know them even more, you start to realize how transparent and what they want to do for the community. So Lunatics token is that coin that does everything that you hope that it would do. And the only thing that you would hope that it would do more of is have more volume. But obviously that comes with more exchanges and you know, just more hype, I guess. So we're gonna see. And the more things that they develop, I mean, they're looking to go over to the Terra Classic chain, but it all depends, right? If you're able to buy or swap your Terra Luna Classic for Lunatics token, that'll be huge. If you want to one gain more Lunatics token and also burn more or gain more Lunic and Lunatics token and burn more Lunic token or Lunic coin. 0.2% burn is ridiculous. Coin's basically dead with that. I don't think it's dead. I think they still have the ability to change it, but I think it's definitely low for sure. How much did they burn? How much did Lunatics token burn? 2 billion. And how much did the? I don't know who you're talking about when you say burn. So it's about 2.15 billion. So they're right in line. And now they're probably gonna, if they can get a lot of volume, they may end up surpassing the burn tax with this 0.2%. With the 0.2%, people will probably need to implement additional burn fees on their D apps. Yeah. I mean, if you want to bring it up to the 1.2%, I remember when you first bought Farm. Yeah, I remember it too. Um, I remember all of the movements that you would see with Farm here and there, and I can't wait until we see a bull run with everything. So Farm can run, Krill can run, all these other plays that you see that have come back. Even Ethereum, right? Ethereum's up to 1,321. My overall Ethereum is up, maybe $100 per Ethereum. So I'm happy about that, but it could be a lot more. And it most likely will be a lot more. I just don't want to see it completely pull back. Some people are like, I saw a video I was watching a TikTok live stream, and they were like, yeah, I think Bitcoin is going to come back down to 12,000. And I'm like, I don't really see that. I understand, I respect your opinion. I don't see that it coming down to 12,000. I understand how we can be hit hard, but from what we had with what's going on with businesses and inflation and all that stuff. I'm not saying that cryptocurrency was hit to its fullest or its max potential when it comes to drops, but a lot of the retail or not retail investors, a lot of the institutional investors, firms, and all this other stuff, right, that have the big money, they've already taken out a lot of their percentage of crypto that they wanted to take out. So that's where we're seeing the economy tied to cryptocurrency. We typically don't see businesses flow with cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency was like completely separate. They only invested like 0.1% of their overall investment portfolio in crypto, and now it's going up to 1 to 2 to 10% for some of these institutional investors. So as businesses are hit hard, they try to limit the amount that they're investing into, especially in like the crypto market, and they look for the lowest amount that they can take out, that they can shave off without affecting, a lot of their investors, a lot of their, customers. So they look for this. Whoa, they look for. I gotta address that. They look for something way more. I guess I have to address it right now. Hey Matthew, which Lunapunk is your favorite? So you have a redhead. Yeah, I do have a redhead. Actually, let me go back here, right here. Lunapunks. I do have a redhead Lunapunks. I probably do like the ape punks a lot more. So when you go into the view here, you go into the market. I just go to. Actually, I was looking at. I think it's like one. That's my favorite one. I would love to have just Lunapunk one, which is that ape punk here. That's probably my favorite, even though it's not the most rare. I know that eight punks are pretty rare, but then all the accessories, it just looks cool. I like it, so that's probably my favorite. I appreciate you sending a super chat. I really do. Um, and even just asking me. I don't know what everybody else's favorite is, if anybody else has bought any. But yeah, I think they're pretty cool, and I think they should go a lot further than where they are. I think they will go a lot further than where they are, and they'll be more valuable. Sort of like, and I understand how they're not affiliated with CryptoPunks, but like that, but with all of the community behind it, they should be huge. So, anyways, yeah, this is my punk. This is the only one that I have. I was gonna buy another one, but then I didn't have enough in Terra Station, and I wanted to buy directly on Terra Station, and that's where I came up with the idea. And I was like, look, we should have some sort of ability to buy Terra Luna Classic directly on Terra Station. I don't care how it gets done. I don't know how we do that, but I think we need to find a way to do it. What is the price? What price can Monavale hit in a bull run? I'm not 100% sure, but we can look at maybe where the potential is and where the short term potential is. Because I think I was supposed to. I'm going to go over this in one of the NFA videos. I don't think I'll be able to do an NFA video today because I have to take care of Hayden. She has a fever. Well, she had a fever yesterday. I don't know if she'll still have one, but if she doesn't have one and she seems perfectly fine, I'm going to take her to daycare. But if she does have a fever, then I'm going to keep her home with me, which means that we're not going to have any other type of videos on any other channel. Now we will have the normal videos that we produce after the fact, like at 10 o'clock, or not at 10 o'clock, at like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or stuff like that. But that's because she'll be napping when I record it. But I'll let you guys know um, if I'm going to do that. No video on NFA. I'll let people know on the NFA channel. Guys, we have 500 people here. I appreciate you guys for being here. I don't see them on Terra Station. You don't see Lunapunks on Terra Station. You would have to buy. So if you go over to their Twitter, so this is their Twitter, Lunapunks NFT. Click on the link, and you'll be able to buy directly from there. If I had to give an opinion on Monavale, so it's currently at $567. We've seen this, let's see, at a high price of 2,000 plus dollars. It looks like maybe you don't really have any dilution at all. There's only 11,000 that's out there. You can probably see this at a way higher price because currently at $2,000 you would see an $18 million, or here you would see a $14 million market cap. Then they obviously added on some supply. So you're looking at an $18 million dollar market cap here at a lower price, which is like $2,000. So it looks like I would say $20 million market cap is sort of the level that you want to see. Now, does that mean that it's the max? No, that doesn't mean that it's the max. Does that mean that that's the only place that it will get to? No, I would say that it probably has a little bit more potential. The issue is that the volume is very, very low on this. So you need to see a lot more. It's good that it's on Coinbase, but not being on any other platform is crazy to me. Being on Coinbase but not being anywhere else, did they pay their way in there? So I don't know. It definitely looks like it may have a little bit of potential, but it'll be tricky because if you buy one, you're definitely taking a risk there, and that's probably something that I would do. I would just say, you know what? Let me buy one and take that risk because that's my play is taking a risk, but it's going to be extremely tricky. So make sure you find the right price. We've seen this down to $197. I'm not saying you would lose everything, but be prepared that you could lose everything or lose it like half or even 70% of your position before you end up taking any type of play there. Because currently, again, we see this at a lower price. $500 price, but it would be taking a huge risk by investing into something like that. So invest at your own free will. What time is Binance doing their burn today? Actually, I don't even know. I haven't even looked at that. It should be coming soon. What, like 8 o'clock or something? Last time they did their burn, as soon as I got off, it was like 9 o'clock because I get off at like 8:30 now because of the other channel that I support, and then also Patreon and everything like that. But the issue today, I'm not gonna be able to do any of that because I have to take care of Hayden. But yeah, it should be somewhere between what, like 8 and 9 is when they're gonna make that burn. Let me go ahead and check Lunatic Penguins. Give me a second. I don't know where Lunatic Penguins is because I do have. There we go. Bring this back up. So we'll see what Binance burns, but I would imagine it's gonna be low or lower. So yeah, Luna Punks, I appreciate that super chat, or I guess it's Luna. Who is this? Luna V Shape. I appreciate the super chat there. The volume will go up if we the current holders start recruiting new Lunacy investors. Each of us recruit at minimum 10 new investors. Sounds like a pyramid scheme. I don't think we should do that. Are you making a joke there? Because it sounds, if each of us, if I'm here and I get 10 of my people, and then they get 10 of their people, and then they get 10 of their people, it creates a perfect business. Like that's the way we should think about it. I don't know about that. It doesn't matter what the tax is. Be happy that they are burning something. If you don't realize it by now, everything takes a long time to burn off supply. It shouldn't be in crypto. Yes, but I don't think it should take that long. I really don't. I understand where you're coming from. I don't think that it should be an overnight success. I think that it should be something that I think I think that it should be something that we look at in the long term, and I have played it out in the long term. It's very hard to implement PayPal on Terra Station. Is it very hard to implement PayPal? Probably not. It's probably not difficult to implement PayPal. The issue is that having the liquidity to buy. So for all these platforms like Binance has 2.3 billion or trillion that's over there that people can trade back and forth and do all of that. Now, if they decide to move it off the platform, that becomes less than 2.3 trillion in Binance's wallet, right? But for Terra Station, I don't believe there's anything on there besides the amount that people are getting with being staked, you know? So it's definitely oh no, we just need to get more people excited about it. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. We do need to get more people excited about it. And I think every video that we create, we're getting more people excited. So with these taxes, we can drop another zero and get to around 0.0028 in about 100 years. Great plan. I think we can get a lot higher even without the burn. But I think we do need to see consistent burns. And if we're constantly changing things because we don't like the way it is, and some people don't like the way it is, so they just put through a change proposal. Like, hey, anybody can put through a change proposal and anybody can vote yes. And how we go about doing those things, I mean, a simple change to the tax is not that difficult. So if we all vote yes to changing the tax, they're going to change the tax. Sorry, I just coughed right into the mic. And I covered it afterwards. I should have been. I'm sorry. It's like, you ever get to that point to where you feel like it may be a little bit tougher to breathe. It's not difficult to breathe, but it's like you try and breathe because you want to get in as much air as you used to get in, but you're not. So, LOL, we just need to get more people excited about. Oh, I read that. The new tax shows that no one knows what they are doing. I mean, no one knows what's going to happen. I'll tell you that. But people vote on what they hear is the best option. So they wait on people like me, like DJ Trev, like Crypto King, like Happy Caddy Crypto, whoever, to give their opinion on this to see if it's a good thing to have, right? Now, again, I think I need to look at this proposal that I plan on doing. I do need to buy Terra Luna Classic. So I'm going to buy $100 worth of, or a million Terra Luna Classic really quick, which means that I'm spending more money on Terra Luna Classic. So it's not going from 40 to whatever. Technically it still is because I have a realized gain of $5,000. So I'm just going to buy a little bit more Terra Luna Classic in order to create that proposal. So I'm actually going to put through a proposal on Terra Station, and I will tell you guys about it. I don't know if it will go through today, but again, I'm going to do that because I think we need some sort of, and I don't think anybody's thinking about this, nor do they want to put through a proposal for that. But I think we need to make that change. Whether it happens, it takes forever for it to happen, or we accelerate the process and we do it like really, really quickly. It shouldn't be that difficult to add some sort of a payment structure. But what will be difficult is adding the coins or finding the ability to grab those coins in order for people to buy on Terra Station, because you probably need hundreds of billions to buy on Terra Station. Yeah, hundreds of billions of coins to buy on Terra Stations. And maybe even a little bit more than that, because we've seen it fluctuate, and we've seen 3 trillion that went through Terra Station itself. So that's obviously an issue, and we want to make sure we fight that issue, but I don't know how we do that. So I kind of want a second opinion, like if we were going to do that, how would we do that? That's why you have to put $1 in your thumbnail? Me? I don't have $1 in my thumbnail. What are you talking about? Oh, to raise volume, you're saying. I thought you were saying that I always put $1 in my thumbnail. I mean, I talk about Terra Luna Classic getting to $1 or 1 penny, maybe, I don't know, twice a month. There's a lot of other people that will mention $1 way more than me. But if you do, it creates more hype around it, more belief that this can run. But then there's also more skepticism to where people are like, you always say that it's going to get to $1. It's never going to get to $1 and all that. And it's like, well, never's a strong word, but we're just displaying the different ways that it could get there. Not saying that it absolutely will get there. 10x and 10x the last time to turn the lights off. What are we talking about here? 30 years to complete the burn. Seems that way. It's going to be 1,000 years, and I'll still be alive, but you guys, might not be here in 1,000 years. Oh, you didn't know I was I can't even think of the name of it. Where's Thor from? Asgard. Asgardian. That's what I am. I lived like 3,000 years. If you play golf in Scotland, let me know before I can hook you up with the cheap greens fees and get you on the best courses here. Well, that's good to know. I've always wanted to play in Scotland. I always wanted to play in so many different places, but I haven't even yet like played in. I probably played in like 5 or 6 different states. Um, but I haven't played in California yet. I haven't played I would like to play a couple of courses in Vegas. Obviously, it's super dry around there, but it just is so open. I hate trees. So I absolutely hate trees. I'd rather go in the next fairway over without a tree, and find a way to climb back easily than what I'm doing now, because I go into these courses that I have here so many trees, and it's so tight that I can't have any curve to the golf ball, which is insane because everybody curves the golf ball. There's some people that hit absolutely straight, and I don't know how they do it. People that don't turn their body, but I always have curve to the golf ball, even if it's a slight bit of curve. It always has something. On the driving range, though, it's absolutely straight. Got it. Let me add some Terra Luna Classic to my, or buy some directly from my bank account. From what bank account? No, you know what? Yeah, I don't have any over here. Where is it? Quant is up to $215. That is insane, man. Quant is moving. I'm glad to see that it is moving. Happy to see that things are green today. It's good to see, right? How the hell do I search for this? I don't even know how to use crypto.com anymore. Lunic or Lunk, whatever you want to classify it as. Come on. Why is it not searching? Shib? Just trying to search for something. Yeah, it's not letting me search. I don't know. I want to buy it now because if I buy it right now, then I know that it'll go through by the time this is over, and then I can get everything through. Don't worry, Matt. Wear a mask. Wear a mask? What do you mean? What are you saying? I'm sick? I'm not sick. I sleep with a fan on, and when I sleep with a fan on, my nose gets completely closed. I don't know what happened, but I know Hayden sneezed in my face. I don't think that I am sick though. I'll tell you that. I'm sorry, late. What is the new burn tax? So the new burn tax is going to be 0.2%. This proposal went through 5234. I always struggle with numbers and words because I feel as though I am dyslexic. Never been diagnosed, but I feel as though I definitely see words that are at the end of the paragraph before in the beginning, words that are at the end of a sentence or in the middle of a sentence before I see words that are starting the sentence. So yeah, that's definitely an issue, but that's my problem. But anyways, this is passing right now, and it ends in 6 hours, so people can still vote on it and say what they want to happen. But 76% says yes, so this is probably going to pass. Um, and I don't think that it's the best option. I really don't. Um, so I don't know. How's Krill? How is Krill? I haven't checked it. Um, Let me go to, or you know what? I'll go to CoinMarketCap because I usually go to crypto.com, or not crypto.com, Coinbase. KRL. Krill is currently at 35 cents or 36 cents. It's currently at $165,000 in volume. You're only seeing a $13.7 million market cap, 78% of the overall supply that is out there. So it's still sitting in sort of the same spot. I'm sitting with 10,000 Krill now, and that's exactly what I wanted. 10,000 Krill, and I'm looking for this to run to a way higher number than where it's at, especially in a bull market. You only have 38 million coins that's out there, and you're looking at a 35-cent price. You're looking at a very low market cap for how many places that it is available on. Just know that this is going to be one of those coins that does run, especially being available on Coinbase. When people see that this is at a lower supply, I understand the value of it, but when people see that this is at a lower supply, and can run quite a bit based on the fact that it has, Coinbase in its corner, is going to be huge. So I can't wait for that. But that's me, this is my position. This is why I believe in it. Now I think people want to see Krill, that I'm going to basically talk about why I invested in Krill, or what is Krill and what's the benefits and all of that stuff, which I will go over on the NFA channel in my next video. I don't know if it will be today. We will see, depending on how Hayden feels. But yeah, we'll know that in like 30 minutes, maybe less time, depending on when she gets up. But yeah, that's where Krill stands right now. It's up 1.3%, but not anything to write home about. Classy is really supporting the grant proposal from EK, from Edward Kim. I don't know if I fully checked it out. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's going on with different proposals. The blockchain will be down for 24 to 48 hours due to security update. I don't think you'll be able to transfer the tokens before this time. Oh, really? You don't think I'll be able to transfer the tokens before that time? All right, well, let's see. I don't know how to get, like, how to find. Oh, well, you're talking about crypto.com, or you're talking about, or the blockchain, Terra blockchain will be down. We will see. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully I could do something. Because either way, I just want to be able to put that proposal through eventually. I don't know if it will be today. I'm going to buy 17 Lunic. What do I buy 17? Maybe I'll buy, should I buy another 1 million? That's 10 million. Don't want to buy 10 million. 1 million. And use that. Buy. Confirm. Boom. It's going to cost me a little bit more because I'm buying with a debit card rather than buying with my bank account, because it's just problems that my bank only has. So that's why I'm moving banks. But you know, that's another me problem. Guys, if you could hit the like button, we have 485 people here. I would greatly appreciate it if you do. What's the most bullish low cap coin to accumulate this bear market? I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. I like I said, I like Farm. I like Krill. These are coins that I have actually the most money invested besides um, CRO. Right, those are two that I believe are low cap. Right, you're looking at millions of market cap. Um, Same thing with Krill as well. Um, Wish I could bring up Coinbase so I could show you guys, because Coinbase, I don't know if I have it logged in on this browser. No, I'm not logged in on this browser. So yeah, I really like those two. Um, is this not loading? Or is it not going through? I guess maybe you're right. Oh wait, it says I have 1 million. Can I transfer it over? Withdraw to external wallet. Terra Station. Can I just send it all? Max. Do I need to leave some in here? The fee is 24,000 Lunic. I don't want to pay that jazz. Let's just send it. It's going to tell me to put in so many different things here. Send. Let me copy that code. Give me a second, guys. Let me just do all this stuff that I have to do here in order to send it over to the place I need to send it to. Come on. Now we're going to have freaking authenticator that takes forever. All right, so yeah, while I'm doing this, guys, hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. See, I know that this like takes a while. The last time I sent something directly from crypto.com to Terra Station, it took a very long time. Matt, did you get Lunatics NFT? Have you been able to view it? I actually haven't checked. That's good to know. So let me check this out. Let me go over here first to bring up what I need to bring up. I'll go into portfolio. Thank you for reminding me, because I know it was supposed to be available on Sunday, right? I was supposed to get 2 of them. I want to see what's going to happen with that. So yeah, I got 2 NFTs. I'm not able to view them though, not yet. But I do have 2 NFTs. I have 714 and then I have 1072. So I don't know if you can view them somewhere else. So let me see if I can go on Lunatics token, Lunati. Let's see what they're doing. They're up 10%. That's great to see. $84,000 in volume. I can't wait until they get onto more platforms and go on the classic chain. It's going to be freaking huge. But let me go over to Lunatics token. I'm going to take my screen down so I can see it. I can see them. See, I can't see mine. Maybe you can see them on here, but wait, let me take it off the screen real quick just to see if it updates. Total minted 769. Wow. My NFTs are 714 and 1072. So yeah, I can't see them right now. How can you see them? You said you have to go through hell to be able to view them. What do you mean go through hell to be able to view them? You can view them on Tufu. They are revealed as if Sunday. As of Sunday. If the price goes down, is that good? If the price goes down, is it good? 2 weeks of low volume proves the validators were wrong about the tax. No, that's not the case. It if the volume goes down, it doesn't mean, or the volume is low, it doesn't mean that they were wrong about the tax. There's a lot of other things that can play a large play here. Let me actually take out Lunatics token here, and let me bring up my portfolio. But yeah, I have my two things here, and you can't see it on this, so that's a difficult thing to see here. But give me a second. I think Hayden's awake. Which will suck if that's the case. Well, I mean, it's good. I want to spend time with her, but I also want to see if she's sick or feeling horrible. All right, guys. Yeah, I have to go. So I'm sorry that I have to leave so abruptly. There's a lot of people here that are looking for answers, especially on the 0.2% and all that stuff. But guys, if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you guys check out some of the links down below. If you guys want to, join the live streams tomorrow, it should be a regular live stream tomorrow. So definitely. But yeah, I think I have to get out of here. Sorry again. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the likes, all that stuff. DJ Trev, if you can help me out figuring out how to see the NFT, and I'll help other people by creating a video. You can also create a video if you want on a tutorial on how to do that. I guess they do have a tutorial on a Telegram, but I would like to be able to put a tutorial on YouTube for people that want to see it, for the 700 people that did get something. But anyways, guys, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I got to get out of here to go get Hayden up because I got to either take her to daycare or just keep her home with me. But I don't want to leave her in her crib for forever. So I apologize again. That was a great stream. And yeah, everybody, look out for some videos later on. But I'll catch you guys in the next video.